bluebird babies have not fledged yet. And good morning, everyone. They're close, though. They're popping their head out of the nest box hole. Come here, Boris. Come here, buddy. Come on. Whoa, careful. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. Come here, Mart. Come here, Mart. Good boy. So the high today is only supposed to be 69, partly sunny. Be a great day to work in the yard. But we are headed down to pick up Johnny at UNCC, and we're going to take Robot, the Model Y, because it has the latest FSD update on it. Does not have the spring update, so I can't do Hey Grok, but it does have the latest FSD update. So that should be fun. So we've got the Mini in Robot and the cable going to the back outlet. And the blue light's on, and I think we're good, and we've got, you know, room for laundry. The car offered me Johnny's dumpster when I ended work. I guess those are the two main places Robot goes, huh? And just showing you for software that we are, well, we're on 14.3.2 for full self-driving, which is why we chose Robot. We haven't driven on 14.3 yet. And the software is still 2026.2.9.10 instead of 2026.14.3, which would mean we had the spring update, which we don't in this car. And we do currently have keep accessory power on, but that in the Y is for after you exit the car. It doesn't apply to turning outlets on while you're in the car.
Right. We only have the 12 volt outlet in the back, and we have a 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter to the whatever this
the Mini, yeah,
Mini uses. We were using the 25-foot cable and go so long. 10 foot was too short, so 15 foot would be. So if you wanted to have the cable in the car permanently, probably 15 feet, 3 meters, or is that right? No, not 3 meters, 5 meters.
It's definitely on, but it's not showing up for me yet. So we're leaving the driveway, and then it's going to mysteriously show up, I'm sure.
That's right. That's correct.
Well, even though the blue light is on, it's not showing up at all, implying that it's not happy, I guess, about the power source. You know, when the blue light's on, it ought to show up as a network. Whether or not you get internet access is another thing, but it ought to show up where you can at least connect to it. And it's not doing that. So Dawn went to get the inverter. Try one other power source for it before we call this a bust. We don't have too much time to fool with it. You know, I said, hey, can we hook up the Starlink Mini and Robot? And Dawn said, sure. And then, you know, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and soon it'll be 30 minutes later, we'll have it maybe still not working. So let's hope, though. I mean, we've not done anything wrong.
So this is we've never used it. It's new. We've had it for a year or two. 300 watt sine wave inverter. I'm gonna go get the power pack.
The regular thing, but the thing we left in case.
The thing we and you try
that instead. Okay, yeah. Great. Thank you. I thought you guys would want to know, for starters. I mean, obviously, if it works in the Cybertruck going 70 miles down the road, it's going to work in Robot also. But I thought it'd be nice to see in the Y that it's just as handy. And we've got it, you know, turned on for this month, so I might as well use it. And it will make my day easier if I video edit now. I do have a Lego set to build, but I've got time for both on the trip. This is a little longer trip, and I'm not driving, so I am now connected to Interstellar. So hooking up the inverter has allowed us to power it in the Y. We don't know why the other thing didn't work. It was the same cable as the Cybertruck, but that little 12-volt adapter thing we hadn't tested yet. So, Don turned us around because Robot was going to back us down the driveway like the Cybertrucks tried to do a few times. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not really interested in backing down the driveway.
Well, actually, it was, I don't know that we're navigated right. It wants to turn around.
Okay, I'll look at it in just a second for you.
What's it say now?
We're going to the right spot. It's just give it time to it's figured it out now. It's all good. So far, Don's not happy with FSD, but we've only been in the car for a minute. Let's give it some time.
Right. Well, it's a little jerky at coming out of the driveway. It just said, "Oh, maybe I should stop," and it didn't stop, and it just went on. And then we got to the stop sign. There was no stop sign, so I said, well, maybe I should stop. And then it went through it without stopping. And then we got up here to Wagstaff, and it went to the stop sign, saw the stop sign, and took off from the stop and jerked anyway. It's like little grabby. Just.
Yeah, well, me asking you to fool with Starlink threw a minor wrench into leaving and caused some last minute gyrations. Right. Not that you minded doing it and it's going to work out, but
I can feel if we're in standard.
How slow are we going to slow down for the track there?
That's right.
Holy moly. Well, besides the fact that we know that track doesn't make a bump.
Yeah.
I fly over that track
I can live with it slowing down extra going across railroad tracks, because the ones that you need to slow down over, you really need to slow down over.
Right, as long as the person behind you doesn't rear end you because you slowed down.
This is true.
Don has also missed his shelf because he couldn't put his wallet up there. He went to put his wallet up there and there was no shelf behind us.
There was no shelf, so I guess I didn't realize I really liked that shelf.
Yeah.
I guess it's good or bad. I can see my wallet in the reflection of the windshield, so I don't tend to leave it.
Right. Yeah.
No blinker yet.
When we go out places, Don's got his license in his phone, and he doesn't need his wallet because he has me.
Yeah, that's right.
And or he has Google Pay.
She bought my ice cream yesterday.
Yeah, he just sort of relies on me. I have a little bit of, I always carry a 20 in my camera case, and anyway, I'm prepared. I'm responsible for paying.
I went over to
It sounds nice. It sounds nice. Like I'm doing you a favor, but actually.
Yeah, I went over to my first trip to the UK. The IBMer who was going around with me, I didn't exchange any money because I didn't exactly know how all that worked there. And Bob, he's a great guy, Bob. So he says, "Oh, you're one of those royals," and I guess I didn't understand at the time, but apparently that's the royals. They don't carry any money. They expect somebody else to pay.
I know you can't see it good, but this Y has on the bee plate, beekeeper's plate, and it has Save the Bees. SB is the letters on the side that every one of these plates has to have, but the letter that you get 4 letters or numbers to choose from if you want to, and theirs is Y.
Yeah.
Just Y, just the letter Y.
And I say, why not?
Exactly. Well, it wouldn't be a bad day to be out on the water. It is 69 degrees out there, but there's no sun today, and
it's a little breezy.
Yeah, I suppose out on the water you probably need long sleeves wouldn't hurt. I didn't say you had to bundle up, but you might get a chill. So we seem to handle the school zone correctly back there. That school that's out in the middle, seemingly out in the middle of nowhere. I noticed one of the teachers had a brand new red Model Y in the teacher's parking lot. Yep, so that was kind of cool. And
the last 2 stop signs, including the really tricky stop sign, she's handled flawlessly. So maybe those couples getting out of the neighborhoods was because there wasn't an actual marked stop sign.
Yeah, so it's 45 here. We're doing 50 in standard. Seems to be fine. Not getting slung around any backcountry road corners or anything. I'm not over here fussing while I'm editing, so that's good. So my only comment about Starlink and the Mini, and this is just for anybody that has not used it in their vehicle, is when, well, first off, we're not on the open highway here, so I'm expecting some tree interference with the satellites. And also, when you make a 90-degree-ish turn, it sort of pauses for a minute while it looks for the signal again. So I'm over here editing fine, but I am having to breathe every once in a while it reacquires a good view of the satellites. So note to myself for future reference, you'll be faster if you wait until you get on 401 in Pittsburgh, or at least US 1 over here. This backcountry roads, it's, you know, you're going to have to put on your patience cap just a little bit. But I am still playing back video while we're driving here, so it's definitely working. It just takes a minute sometimes. And it's dump truck after dump truck after dump truck over here.
Yeah, the gravel quarries are all down here.
Yep. And here's our Teslas parked at the power plant. How many we got?
4 of them.
Four of them in a row, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. One was a Mach-E. After I could see the butt coming this way, there was 3 Teslas in a Mach-E. So we are headed fairly south right now, and I just got to tell you that it's been cutting in and out a good bit, more than it did for me the other day. And Don did tell me to turn it where the handle was facing me, make it vertical instead of horizontal, and that didn't really seem to do a whole lot. So in 5 miles we're going to turn north, pretty substantially north, and we'll see if it gets any better. Well, I haven't had one drop out since we turned north. I'm booking along over here. I'm fixing to start listening, and that'll be even a better test. But Don says, well, if you know you're going to be headed predominantly south or predominantly north, and north works better, then mount it in the north-facing window. We certainly could have tried it through the back glass or the roof glass in this car with the Veritas mount that we had. We were just trying to throw it in really quick today. So throwing it in really quick means you get a dashboard it sits on the dashboard.
Yeah.
But we could have tried several other places. Now we know. And also, I don't need to be video editing the entire trip in both directions. I just need a good half an hour to 1 hour of internet during the 6-hour trip. So I could also, plan to do it on 85 when we're headed north coming home, and not when we're headed through the back roads going south.
Yeah. Well, I think we should really try it through the ceiling up there.
Yeah, I think so too. That would be best.
Right here between us, it wouldn't bother the back seat people or Marianne or I, so I really think we need to try that mount between us.
We'll test that out. Well, it went totally away, and it feels pretty warm, and it does have, I had already talked to Grok about it, it does have like an automatic shutdown thing, so I would guess that's what's happened to it now. Inside that black silicone case really holds some heat, and we tried to position the towel where it wasn't blocking the heat sink on the back side there, but there's no fan in this thing. It's all heat sink cooled. And anyway, okay, it's now back.
Well, maybe this way here,
the air is cooling it coming up there a little bit. Maybe. I guess no way to know if it was a heat problem or not, but it sure seemed like it must have been. And it did stay offline very long after we moved it where there was cooling up underneath it. And as you can see, it's now playing back the video without any problems. So we're learning. I think it's always going to be a little bit hit or miss. This is why Tesla, you should offer Starlink Mini in your vehicles, specifically the Cybertruck, but any of the vehicles for whatever additional fee you feel like it needs to be. If you're trying to, especially with the Cybertruck, if you're trying to arm people for the apocalypse, come on, you got to have built-in Mini. So I was able to see in the Starlink app that it rebooted and stuff, and I think that's because, again, it was too hot, because it went away for the second time. I just think that silicone case is probably problematic. which really stinks because we don't get the glare with the case on it. But they do make one of those clingy black stickers.
Yeah, we should try
We should try that next, that you just cling to the top of it, and that reduces a good bit of the glare too.
Right.
And the heat sink, it's all on the back side, it's not on the top side, so the sticker on the top wouldn't affect it.
Yeah, other than that's where it absorbs solar heat from the
Well, this one company had a gray sticker too, but I don't, it was still pretty white.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't care what color it is if it works in here on the roof.
Right.
Well, 421 is supposed to turn into an interstate, and I would say they're
685, I thought it said.
Yeah, they're busy doing stuff over here, looking like they're getting ready to widen the road.
Yeah, because from here up to I-40 would be the smart area to do, because there's quite a bit of traffic, trying to get to I-40.
Yep.
Up through here. And that's the Toyota plant? What's that back there?
I don't know.
Yeah, that intersection, we've done that is because Toyota or Samsung, somebody has put in a major
facility
there.
Well, you can see it.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Same?
That's the name of a church nearby. Building 601.
Yeah.
Doesn't really.
Yeah, it says it at the exit. I've seen that. I think it's Toyota.
Well, we'll just go ask Rock.
Yeah, distribution center.
I don't know if it was heat today, or the inverter in the back, or the power in the Cybertruck is better, or there's too many clouds or whatever, but it wasn't the great experience I had in the Cybertruck all the times I've used it in the Cybertruck. And but I was still able to get the video done and sent to render, so I'm a happy camper. It just wasn't as great as it was other times. This is me and Don having lunch on the road.
Yeah. Leftover
picanha from last night's Mother's Day meal, hard-boiled eggs, and usually I get the ham and mozzarella or string cheese, but this time it's like salami. I picked up the wrong one. I'm sure it'll still be tasty. Well, the car didn't need the charge, but we couldn't make it to Johnny's, so we stopped here at the Davidson County rest area, which is always comfortably safe feeling and clean. So there's a Vietnam veteran, I believe, memorial here. Yeah. Well, we are all packed up and ready to rock and roll for, what are we going to call this? Pre-summer break? Pre-summer break. That's right. Johnny's taking summer school this year, so home for a week and then back next weekend.
Yeah.
We're glad to have him for the week. I'm in a kitty cat, Gabby's dollhouse, frame of mind today. Looks like a bunch of cute ones. Well, we went past one of the North Carolina wildflower highway program plantings, and it was just beautiful, and pinks and reds and oranges, and they're all along the center median and around the interchanges. But it's still early yet, and not all of them are in their glory. But remember, all of us that have the vanity plates are helping in part, at least, to fund the wildflower program, and sometimes some other nonprofits as well, like the Animal Lovers goes to spay neuter programs. But anyway, anytime we're out driving and we see the wildflowers, everybody with the special plates or vanity plates is contributing for the most part. We're pulling into the Sheets in Thomasville to supercharge at 7%. It tried to route us to Lexington, and we told it, nah, we don't want to go to Lexington. That takes us on a little bit of a different road, and we don't like it. I'm making fun of him because he's putting his jacket back on.
Well, it's cold out.
But it's not cold in the car.
Well, I'm out here.
See how close the Model Y is?
Yeah, so did the line.
There were only 2 cars here, and that individual came, and I was so uncomfortable as they were parking that I shut my eyes and cringed. I thought they were going to hit us. And then Dawn had to get out and unplug us. Glad it was you and not me. I might have had to climb over to the other seat.
She was trying to go. She wants to turn left there. I think she's confused.
Yeah, well, every time we've left here, there must be, right, there must be another way out that you go to the other way. But I don't know why you would want to turn left instead of right and just get back on the interstate here. It makes
how can it be any closer?
Did you choose navigation as your reason for disengagement?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you, every time we've left Thomasville in the last 3 months, it's tried to go the wrong way. That's at least the 3rd time.
I agree.
We keep on saying we're going to let it do it and see where the heck it goes, but...
We did say that last time.
Yeah, when we keep forgetting, because it just seems so ridiculous. Don did take over to come into the supercharger and park because he was impatient.
That's correct. Well, she was being
He was impatient, but...
She wanted to move forward 1 more foot, and then she was going to turn left. But she wasn't going to move forward until the light turned green and the line of 10 cars moved.
Dawn turned technically too early, but that's okay. That's okay. I just wanted to see if she would park correctly. Right. But oh no, we couldn't wait.
That's right.
I'm done, and they are super cute. We got home at 17%. I think we left the supercharger, it said 15. I'm making shepherd's pie, so I've got cauliflower and then the mixture going on over here. And the black tiles came, and I'm going to stick them on the chessboard.